Kanye West is no stranger to stirring up chaos, but his latest move might just top everything he's done before. One moment, he's making music history. The next, he's sending the internet into a frenzy with a single outrageous outfit choice. And this time, it's not just about Kanye. It's about Bianca, the woman by his side, stepping onto the red carpet with hardly anything to hide. Was it all just a brazen publicity stunt, or is there something far more unsettling beneath the surface? Stay with us, because once you hear what Bianca just revealed, you might see Kanye West in a whole new light. When Kanye West and Bianca Censori arrived at the Grammys, whispers and curious stares followed them down the red carpet. At first, all eyes were on Kanye, who sported his usual layered ensemble, looking unbothered by the flurry of photographers. Next to him, Bianca seemed understated in a large fur coat. Most people assumed she was playing it safe, or at least safer than Kanye's past partners often did. But then came the moment no one expected. With cameras flashing and hundreds of onlookers craning their necks for a better view, Bianca dropped the coat to reveal a sheer dress that left little more than a wisp of fabric between her and the world. Gasps rippled through the crowd as photographers jostled for that perfect shot. Social media exploded in seconds. One half of the internet called it a desperate cry for attention from a woman under Kanye's thumb. The other half accused the Grammys of giving them a platform for blatant disregard of dress codes and common sense. Even longtime Kanye fans were split. Some labeled it genius marketing, while others called it a new low, pointing out that Kanye himself was wrapped up in multiple layers from head to toe. And as the buzz intensified, so did the speculation. Was this Bianca's personal statement? A bold move to prove she's more than just another woman in Kanye's orbit? Or was she simply following a plan he'd orchestrated for maximum shock value? Everyone had an opinion, but few had answers. By the time the couple stepped away from the cameras, it was clear that this jaw-dropping entrance was more than a style mishap. It felt like the beginning of a bigger story, one that would lead to even more unsettling questions about Kanye's influence on the person beside him. Long before that jaw-dropping Grammys incident, Bianca was already making waves with her increasingly revealing outfits, each one seemingly more daring than the last. From sheer bodysuits to barely there dresses, these bold ensembles always raised the same question: is this really Bianca's style, or is Kanye quietly orchestrating the show from behind the scenes? Observers couldn't help but notice how drastically her wardrobe changed once she became linked to Kanye. Before him, she rarely made headlines for what she wore. Now, she's the talk of every event she attends. What makes it more peculiar is Kanye's own choice of attire. He tends to appear fully layered, sometimes even swaddled in oversized jackets or hoodies, while Bianca stands beside him, exposed to the elements and flashing cameras. Onlookers have started calling it a power imbalance, pointing out that the contrast in their clothing speaks volumes. Is Kanye bundling up while instructing Bianca to reveal more? Or is Bianca embracing her newfound freedom and reveling in the spotlight? The debate rages on, but one thing is certain. These coordinated outfits are no coincidence, and they've left everyone wondering if there's a deeper agenda behind the spectacle. Kanye West's reputation for taking charge, often at the expense of those closest to him, goes well beyond a few dramatic red carpet appearances. His past relationships serve as a roadmap for understanding how he might be exerting influence on Bianca today. Long before Bianca's name ever entered the tabloids, fans noticed how Kanye's then-wife, Kim Kardashian, transformed her entire look under his guidance. In the span of a few months, Kim went from bright, flashy outfits to neutral-toned, high-fashion silhouettes that perfectly mirrored Kanye's artistic vision. While some praised him for helping Kim level up in the style department, others saw the sudden shift as a clue to his controlling nature. Those concerns only grew louder after Amber Rose, another of Kanye's former partners, publicly hinted at his domineering tendencies. She described situations where she felt pressured into looking or behaving a certain way to meet Kanye's standards. Though she never provided detailed specifics, Her remarks fueled a wave of speculation about Kanye's role as both a partner and a self-styled creative director of the women he dates. Of course, Kanye's controlling streak doesn't stop with fashion. Stories about his behind-the-scenes behavior suggest a pattern of micromanagement and an almost compulsive need to shape every aspect of his brand, from album visuals to his personal relationships. After parting ways with Kim, he famously bought a house right across the street from her, supposedly to stay close to their children. Yet the timing and manner of the purchase led many to question if he was pushing boundaries in an attempt to retain some form of control even after their divorce. Recently, a resurfaced lawsuit filed by a former assistant, Lauren Peixoto, has added new fuel to the fire. The suit alleges that Kanye repeatedly pushed personal and professional boundaries, sending explicit content to her and making wildly inappropriate requests. According to legal documents, Bianca herself was not only aware of these scenarios, but sometimes found herself caught in the middle, allegedly coordinating late-night activities or organizing meetings at Kanye's behest. While Bianca's exact role remains unclear, the lawsuit has reignited concerns about the power dynamics in their relationship. Critics argue that if Kanye's need for control is as strong as these stories suggest, Bianca may be facing more than just a wardrobe overhaul. She might be caught in a cycle where Kanye's directives aren't just suggestions, they're ultimatums. Supporters of Kanye, on the other hand, insist that he's simply an intense, detail-oriented artist whose passion often gets misunderstood as control. They say Bianca is an adult fully capable of making her own choices and that she's free to walk away whenever she wants. Yet, it's hard to ignore the consistent allegations of Kanye overriding his partner's autonomy. With every new rumor, every leaked text, and every shocking public appearance, the question remains, where does Bianca's own agency begin, and where does Kanye's influence end? If history is any guide, this dynamic could become increasingly complicated, especially if Bianca decides, or finds herself forced, to break from Kanye's script. For now, the public is left wondering if her entire image is truly self-expression, or just another example of Kanye pulling the strings in the background. Bianca's transformation hasn't gone unnoticed by those who know her best. Reports say her family, especially her parents, have been vocal about their worries, claiming she's changed drastically since marrying Kanye. Before this relationship, Bianca was viewed by friends and relatives as level-headed and private, with little taste for media spectacles or headline-grabbing outfits. Now, she's making global news for stepping out in sheer ensembles and controversial photo ops, causing loved ones to question if she's actually comfortable or simply going along with Kanye's script. At the same time, social media is bursting with heated debates. Skeptics argue that Kanye is using Bianca as a living canvas for his artistic experiments. They highlight the stark contrast between her earlier, more reserved style and what she's showcasing now, suggesting this shift isn't organic. Others believe Bianca's bolder fashion sense could be proof she's taking control of her own public image. Either way, it's ignited countless think pieces, Twitter threads, and YouTube commentaries on the nuances of consent, control, and creativity in high-profile relationships. Adding to the buzz, rumors suggest that Bianca's mother has already attempted some form of intervention, possibly flying in to see her daughter and urging her to step back from the limelight, or even from Kanye altogether. While no one knows for sure whether a family meeting occurred, it's widely reported that Bianca's parents are uneasy about her sudden turn toward ultra-revealing outfits and ongoing controversy. According to one source, they find it almost impossible to reconcile this new public persona with the quietly ambitious woman they raised, calling her behavior unrecognizable and completely out of character. Public scrutiny has only intensified since these stories emerged. Fashion critics are divided. Some applaud Bianca's style evolution, praising her as a muse unafraid to shatter conventions, while others slam it as a desperate bid for attention, orchestrated by Kanye to dominate every tabloid headline. Even casual onlookers can't agree on whether these appearances qualify as bold and innovative, or just plain indecent. Beyond the aesthetics, Many question if these public stunts signal deeper issues, like whether Bianca is entrapped in a one-sided dynamic that undermines her sense of agency. All the while, Bianca has mostly stayed quiet. Apart from a few cryptic social media remarks, she hasn't given any significant interviews to clarify her stance. Some interpret her silence as submission, while others see it as a strategic move to keep people guessing. Whatever the case, one lingering question remains. Is this the story of a mutual, respectful partnership, or a cautionary tale where one person's vision obscures the other's identity? Until Bianca chooses to speak openly, or her family goes public with their side of the story, the speculation will continue unabated, with every outfit, appearance, and rumor setting off another round of heated debate. If there's one thing Kanye West is known for, apart from his music and larger-than-life persona, it's his knack for reinventing the women in his life. Many observers see a clear pattern. When a new partner enters his orbit, their style, demeanor, and even public persona begin to mirror Kanye's artistic vision. Nowhere is this more obvious than in the uncanny parallels between Bianca Censori and Kim Kardashian. At first glance, the resemblance might not be physical, but the way Bianca's style has evolved, from conservative to boundary pushing, feels like a page ripped straight from Kim's fashion transformation under Kanye's guidance. Long before Kim became a global fashion icon, she was primarily known for reality TV glam. That changed almost overnight once she and Kanye got serious. He persuaded Kim to swap her bright, flashy outfits for muted tones, body-hugging silhouettes, and the edgy, high-fashion looks that made her a staple at major runway shows. Now, with Bianca, the same shift appears to be unfolding. She's gone from practical designs to sheer bodysuits and avant-garde runway pieces reminiscent of Kanye's Yeezy line. Those who've tracked his relationships can't help but see a pattern. It's as though Kanye has a blueprint for turning his partners into muses, and Bianca is simply the latest in a long line to be molded. Yet, it's not just about the clothes. When Kim was with Kanye, she often spoke about how he pushed her boundaries, both creatively and personally. She admitted it could be overwhelming at times, but also found it thrilling to step into a world of high-concept fashion and celebrity stardom. Critics, meanwhile, argued that Kanye was chipping away at Kim's individuality, guiding her away from choices she might have made on her own. That same debate is now echoing around Bianca. Is she genuinely reveling in these dramatic changes, or is she adapting her identity to fit into Kanye's grand scheme? Another telling sign of the Kim blueprint is Kanye's fixation on aesthetics that emphasize curves and silhouettes. Bianca has been spotted in outfits that seem almost tailor-made to evoke comparisons to Kim's old looks. Tight-fitting skirts, bold cutouts, and a focus on accentuating the hourglass figure. It's no surprise that fans and critics alike are drawing parallels, wondering if Bianca is being sculpted, both literally and figuratively, into the next iteration of Kanye's dream partner. Some people see it as a testament to Kanye's visionary instincts, praising him for turning those around him into style icons. Others feel uneasy about the power dynamics at play. They argue that there's a difference between supportive collaboration and a domineering partner who dictates how someone should dress, speak, or even think. The key question is whether Bianca is an active participant, joyfully embracing each new look, or if she's caught in a cycle where her role is to fulfill Kanye's next big idea. Ultimately, the comparisons to Kim might be inevitable, given the massive cultural footprint of their relationship. Yet Bianca's story is still unfolding, and there's always a chance she'll distinguish herself in ways no one expects. For now, though, the echoes of Kim's past make it difficult to shake the sense that we've seen this transformation before, and it might only be a matter of time before Bianca's future starts looking eerily familiar. For all the chaos surrounding Kanye and Bianca, one thing remains clear: wherever Kanye goes, controversy follows. It's led some to believe the entire saga might be part of a calculated strategy, especially when you consider Kanye's track record of mixing his personal life with album rollouts. Whenever he has a new project in the works, be it music, fashion, or something else, he has a knack for generating headlines that keep him in the public eye. The sheer number of jaw-dropping moments this couple creates suggests they could be leveraging the buzz to maintain Kanye's relevance and spark interest in whatever he's planning next. But the speculation doesn't end with publicity stunts. Some fans feel these antics are a cry for help, pointing to Kanye's well-documented battles behind the scenes. He's opened up in the past about facing mental health struggles, and each public outburst, be it a social media rant or a bizarre red carpet appearance, only amplifies questions about his current state of mind. Is he pushing the envelope as a form of self-expression, or is he spiraling into behavior that grows more reckless by the day? Others, however, argue that Kanye is simply an unapologetic creative genius who thrives on pushing boundaries. They believe the uproar is all part of his artistic process, an ongoing experiment in how far he can take his ideas and the people around him. In this view, Bianca's controversial outfits aren't just stunts, but a continuation of Kanye's lifelong mission to challenge social norms. It's a polarizing perspective, and few people land in the middle when it comes to Kanye West. As for what's next, the possibilities are endless. Bianca could break away from the whirlwind, or she might fully embrace the role of Kanye's muse, continuing to shock the world with each new appearance. Family interventions might curb the couple's more extreme choices, or they could just stoke the flames even higher. For now, it's anyone's guess whether the headlines we're seeing are a precursor to yet another career reinvention for Kanye, or the start of a downward spiral that will test the limits of even his most devoted followers. Either way, their story is far from over, and the world will be watching every move they make. From jaw-dropping public outfits to whispers of control behind the scenes, the signs point to a complex relationship that's as confusing as it is captivating. Is Bianca simply another muse in Kanye's ever-evolving world? Or is there more to the story than we realize? Right now, the answer depends on who you ask, and each new rumor only intensifies the debate. But what do you think? Is Kanye taking things too far? Or is his approach just part of the artistic DNA that's made him a cultural powerhouse? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed diving into this whirlwind of drama and speculation, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive. After all, when it comes to Kanye West, the story is never really over.